How's it going, guys? It's September 18th, 2025, Northwest Washington, Zone 8, growing pawpaws in my greenhouse, geodesic dome greenhouse. I'm over here down below. Now this tree is still in a pot. The reason why it's in a pot is because I plan to transfer it outside once it gets big, and it's now considered pretty big. I think this is a good caliper to transfer outside for my climate. People keep telling me, hey, they're cold hardy. You can plant them out small. But I tried that in 2017 and almost all my pawpaws died. The reason is I think cold hardiness depends on how well your pawpaw was growing during the season. So if your weather does not allow for good vigorous growth, we're not humid enough here, and they get a lot of sunburn in the Pacific Northwest, so you have to baby them a lot more outside. So it's easier to get it big in the greenhouse and just transfer it out, even though it is considered cold hardy and all, but it just does not work for Northwest Washington. I don't know why. So I plant them in big pots like this, fabric pots that are buried in the ground, that tree's in the ground, and even in a 25-gallon fabric pot, notice it can produce pawpaws no problem. Now, I showed this on an earlier video. This pawpaw cracked, and I was hoping it would hang on until it ripened, and it actually did. So I'm gonna try to pull it off without harming too many of the other ones. It looks like that other one was actually ripe too. Where'd it go? Here it is. I'll probably let this one sit in the refrigerator a little bit more and then taste it later. But this one, that's the one I wanted to take off, and I'll let those other two hang. I was worried about this one because it had that black spot. This one actually has the pawpaw smell, so this one should be ripe. Now this is the largest pawpaw I've grown in my greenhouse. I gotta add this piece too because that came off of it. 235 grams. And this is the smaller piece that was in that cluster, 113. 3 varieties today. This is NC1. NC1, 117 grams. And here's the Shenandoah. Obviously Shenandoahs get much bigger than this, but mine are still hanging in there. 142 grams. Let's cut the Shenandoah. Let's get a slice. Notice the Shenandoah is a much lighter color than KSU Chappelle. Let me take the other end off of KSU Chappelle. Now, I don't think that this one ripened evenly because of that defect, because it looks a lot more orange on that side. See that? Let me cut open that side. Interestingly, it's not very even in color. So it's probably supposed to be darker color when it's fully ripe. But anyway, that's KSU Chappelle. And here's NC1. They're soft, and so they have to be ripe. There. So that's a darker yellow, similar to my seedling one that I really like. So there we go. Which one should I taste first? I guess the Shenandoah. It's always a good one. It's just more mellow than the rest. Yeah, really good clean flavor. It's like a cantaloupe banana. Some people taste some mango in this. Like I've given it to people to taste, and some people say, "Oh, mango." I don't really taste that much mango in Shenandoah, but it's a very smooth and really good. Now let's move on to this KSU Chappelle. I have high hopes for this one. A lot of people have been telling me that this is supposed to be a really good variety. Oh, wow. That is way more intense than Shenandoah. Oh, wow. That is really, really good. Just as I suspected, a lot of people rave about this variety. This is crazy. Holy smokes. It's like sweeter, more mango flavor, more tropical notes. It's more aromatic. See, those spots right there are unripe, so it didn't ripen evenly because of that defect. But wow, that ripe section there, that is extremely good. That's my favorite Pawpaw so far, I think. Man. Let me take a bite into that section right there. Oh man. It's hard to describe the flavor. It's so good. This one's very unique. Man, I can taste some. That's what people were saying. I can finally get a hold of it. You can taste a little bit of caramel in this one. It tastes like caramel. That's what I was trying to. That's the flavor I was trying to look for. Didn't know how to say it. It's like a caramel flavor. Caramel vanilla mango. Something like that. That is really good. Let's try NC1. NC1. Ooh. It's like a more intense Pawpaw flavor, but not as extreme caramel like that, like KSU Chappelle. This is a different flavor. It's really good also. It's like an intense flavor, but it's a different type of intense. I don't know how to describe it yet. It has a little bit more of like an earthiness to it. So like this flavor is not as clean as these two. So people that aren't big fans of Pawpaw will probably taste the earthiness or whatever you want to call it in NC1. I don't mind it at all. To me, it's just like more intense flavor. But the texture is a little bit more grainy than the rest. The other ones are smoother. So this Pawpaw is not as refined as those other two. It's easy to grow. Can taste a little bit of tanginess, maybe kind of some of the flavors from the skin go deeper into the flesh on this one. So I'm tasting some of that skin flavor. Maybe a small hint of bitterness, but that's because I'm like scraping it all the way down to the skin. It's good. It's really good. It's intense Pawpaw flavor. It just has a little bit of like an earthiness, a little bit grainy. Overall, flavor is really good for those that like Pawpaws. But if you're trying to introduce your friend to a Pawpaw that's never tasted one, then you probably want to give him a Shenandoah first. Shenandoah is like almost like water compared to those two now. That is crazy. Tasting the Shenandoah now, after tasting these two, that tastes very bland. It almost tastes like water now to me. That's crazy. So when you're doing a taste test, always start with the light flavored ones first. By the time I got back to it, it's bland. That's crazy. That's how much flavor these have. Yeah, this is just a very smooth, melon-like caramel flavor. And this has a more intense Pawpaw flavor. More Pawpaw flavor than the Chappelle, but the Chappelle is just overall more refined and different. It has like a different side of flavors. It captures like a whole new side to Pawpaw, I think, KSU Chappelle. It has like that whole melon, caramel, banana, mango sort of flavor. And it's lighter on the Pawpaw flavor itself, which is kind of difficult to describe, but this is more intense Pawpaw flavor. So if you've had a wild Pawpaw, this is probably going to be the closest to some of the wild Pawpaw cultivars, like the good tasting wild ones. I'm not talking about like the bitter ones. There are some good strains of wild Pawpaw out there, and if you've tasted a good one, NC1 is a lot like that. It's very intense Pawpaw flavor, but a little bit primitive in that it's more grainy and maybe a little bit more earthy. I don't know how to describe it, but it's not as refined as those two. There may be some off flavors for folks that haven't tasted Pawpaw before. They might taste some off flavors in this one, but it's very intense Pawpaw flavor. So that's it. But that's it on the taste test, folks. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. That helps my channel. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And I'll see you next time.